a sudden I feel my hair get pulled.
This video spreading among Leander students on Snapchat and Instagram.
Yeah, it just happened all of a sudden. I was like, wow.
I couldn't stop it.
Hey guys, Master Whitfield here, Coach Steve. The video you just saw is a very common video. It's a very common attack. Mostly women get attacked like this. It's because of the longer hair. So we're going to talk about some scenarios, not really from a striker jiu-jitsu standpoint, just from a self-defense standpoint. Because a lot of this really happened on the ground, so it'd be more Coach Stephen's area. But I'm gonna give a little insight as well, and we'll kind of go from there, guys. All right, so Coach Stephen, you mind hopping in front?
Yeah. Let's
so here's the problem.
This was the angle of the video, right?
Yeah. So here's what's gonna happen here. So Coach Steve's long locks, we really doesn't have any. So we're gonna of course simulate. He's gonna grab my hand to simulate. So I'm gonna stand here. So we came from like this angle here. So the first initial the snap down, this huge snap down. Boom! And her head, we're going to assume her head hit the ground right there because it looked like it did. Because from fighting, we know the ground wins every time. The ground's going to win. So after the snap down, we saw, grab my hand please, we saw the pull this way and the hit, a couple hits and we pulled back. So there was a lot going on there. So coach, from your standpoint, once you get the snap down, if we're in a good headspace and we're not super concussed,
yeah,
like,
assuming
where
I
are we?
understand what's happening.
So what do you think? What do you think, Coach?
The first thing I'm thinking about doing is obviously protecting my face. One thing I would advise against doing is covering up like this. To me, this covering up motion is just inviting you to beat me up, right? I'm not doing anything, so I would be more stiff arming. She has one hand on my head, right?
Yeah, the hand was there. So
I'm 2 to 1 right now, right? So I can stiff arm this one. And what I'm looking to do now is kick violently at whatever I can get to. Obviously, I'm aiming for the face, the stomach, the
So we're
knees,
trying to
the
create
legs.
space.
I'm creating space, but I'm also hitting them violently to try to get them off of me, right?
And
I'm not pushing, I'm kicking, right?
as a striker, of course, we always think about distance, like for strikes. So the person on top, she's at actually kind of a disadvantage because as long as she hands with the hair, she can't raise up and get these violent strikes because you need distance.
I'm not being hurt by the punches that much, and I have 2 hands to protect against this, right? I'm stiff arming, not covering up. The next thing I'm thinking about, if I'm kicking and I'm trying to break this grip, hopefully with enough violence of action with this kick, I can get her to let this go, and I want to be square with her, right? Now, or him, whoever. Now, it's actually pretty hard for them to do anything to me. My feet are on the hips. Can you touch my face? Can you do anything?
Yeah, he's got a lot of points of contact.
This is a surprisingly advantageous position for me as far as self-defense goes, right? I don't want to be sitting up. I want to be laying back with my feet on him, the longest range weapons that I have, right? From here, I can let them keep trying to strike me until I'm able to get a grip on the ankles here. From right here, I can take them backwards. I'm holding the ankles. I just push. They go back. I get up. And I run away.
So there's a technical stand up there too, right, Coach? Like how would we technical stand up?
So,
that's how most people would stand.
Yeah.
Who don't know how to fight, they would just kind of stand up. So we'll just kind of go over like the technical stand up. We're not even going to the particulars, just kind of like from there. So we did the hair pull, right? We did boom, boom, we hit.
So this is after I was able to sweep.
Yeah, so we got the sweep. Yeah. You're able to face up.
You over, you're up. And what I'm going to do is
because I'm trying to do the same thing.
Right.
I'm trying to get up.
They still may be able to try to hit me, right? So I'm stiff arming with one hand. I have one hand behind me. I'm raising up and coming back like this. Okay. So I've always got something in between us.
So he can totally reverse the position now.
Yeah.
If he has the right technique, and he's fast, I mean, he's going to reverse the position. So, like we said, there's a lot going on there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you come to class in jiu-jitsu, you would see details on how I would do that sweep and how I would get up without letting them get up, mainly controlling their leg as I stand so it doesn't turn into a race, right? So I want to give myself every advantage that I can.
And we want to preface it by saying, like, this is not about what somebody did right or wrong. Either person did right or wrong. This is our opinion. We've been doing fighting for a long time, and there was things. We don't know what happened, how this whole thing started. It could have been her, it could have been her. We're not going into all that. That's not for us to decide. We're only talking about, so the number one thing though, was she turned her back.
Right, yeah.
Like,
which is a natural reaction to have when you're getting hit. You flinch, you turn away. It's something to...
So, well, like this part, remember how we started the video, Coach? You were facing that way? Would you ever do this to somebody you're thinking about fighting?
No, never.
So we want to think about that. Like,
so if I have any idea that there's an aggressive person near me,
The last thing I'm doing is taking my eyes off of them, obviously.
So he's going to put it kind of talking with hands up.
Yeah.
Because this is not an aggressive posture.
Mm-hmm.
And if I try to strike, he can bring his hands up. For somebody like he's going to shoot in and boom, and that's going to be good for him. So I'm not, if anything, I'm going to stand there and just stare at the person and kind of maybe take a couple steps back, and I'm going to create distance.
And now we're safe, right? Now I can't do anything to you, right?
So we want to press, like, once again by saying, you know, let's be aware of what's going on around us. I mean, there's going to be some cases where you're just not going to know. Somebody's just going to do it.
Yeah, there's nothing she could have done about this.
Yeah.
If she didn't know anything about the situation, she's just walking. There's not really a lot you can do to defend against getting your hair pulled from behind, right?
But once again, we can go into way more detail into all these things. If it's something you guys are interested in, please come by and see us. We can talk a little more in depth about these. We can give you a lesson.
And refer back to our other videos. We've already covered distance and striking on the ground a little bit too. So all that stuff still applies to this. Rather than go deep into the video and do a play-by-play on what the girl could have done, I think it's better if we think more preemptively in what we could have done to end the situation faster. Right?
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all those fun things. Thumbs up party.
See you next week.
Let's go, guys. All right, guys. Have a good one.